But I really believe that this institution is designed to engage the community and have the community engage it.
This is not just for people who already know about contemporary art. This is for people who are curious and come in and discover it. The building is an invitation to that.
It's a place you want to go back to, and go back to, and go back to.
It's a hinge point between the university and the city. Belvidere and Broad, that was the center of the town. The train station was there. When we were starting this project, I began to think about the geometry of that train station was kind of a cranked geometry like the building is. There's a kind of back and forth in the intersection so that the architecture could have some dialogue. It wouldn't just sit there like a block.
And the questions became, how do you make a unique building specifically for non-collecting institute for contemporary art, not a museum model? So we set about 6 months of investigation, playing with models, Stephen's watercolors driving a lot of the research.
Later on, we came with the idea of forking time and the gallery splitting out and the building having two fronts. The urban front on one side and then the garden front that you can enter from the university side. And then we made the plane of the present that intersects these two parts of the building. So I think the building has, sort of all kinds of roles to play. The urban role, the relation of the city and the university, the relation of the future.
You want to be able to influence these students 20 years from now. If you can influence their thinking, just give them a little bit of a spark. Who knows what that'll lead to.
When you have ideas driving the design, they get embedded and make a kind of unique quality of the experience.
There's a chance that they will all get to these conceptual strategies and they'll get to the work of Borges, the Garden of Forking Paths.
But you don't need to know those to experience the building. Ultimately, the measure of the building is the experience of the person in it. So the idea that this building would connect contemporary art across all disciplines at the university and with the public is starting to happen.
The construction of this building at this site commands the community to respond to it.
And I think the way Stephen Holl's design has thought about different entry points into the garden, into the sides, into the front entrance, the design he came up with is about a doorway into these various communities. And I think that is much needed.
Instead of it being a rarefied, specialized place for special people who got their MFAs from VCU, it becomes a place in which anybody can belong. If you're interested, you belong in this place. If you're curious, you belong in this place.
It is part of VCU, but it really is part of this neighborhood. It's part of this community.
Anybody who drives down Broad or Belvidere, comes into the city of Richmond, will realize what an important building it is. We refer to it as the Sydney Opera House of Richmond.
It's a kind of new civic plaza.
It breaks barriers of class, color.
It's an institution for the humanities, for engineering, for education, for the medical school.
And I look at the ICA as a place that people can really come and enjoy being there. They may be coming to see a particular exhibition, they may be coming for lunch, but there's a welcoming spirit about the ICA, that people are going to want to be there.
We need places to inspire us in our daily lives and to feed us and to give us energy and power.
And that's what drives innovation, creativity. That's what drives all of it.
It's important for us to slow down, look at challenging things and question them, and broaden our minds. We are sitting right at the edge of the new. There's no other institution in the city positioned as the ICA is to connect with the issues of our time through the eyes of contemporary artists.
That's going to put us on the map. This is a place with wonderful people who deserve to be on the international map. We need that.
Once a young person, or even not such a young person, is introduced to art and learns about art and opens their heart and their mind and their senses to art, it forever changes the way they look at the world.
This is the new breath of Richmond. It's a new adventure, and it's beautiful.